run out of space. Right, so let's talk about the WWE writing on Roman Reigns getting eliminated. So they pull him out, they beat the shit out of. No, hold on, I don't know what I've cut off. So Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and Rusev come out. They're dictated by McMahon, and he's telling them what to do, pull out Roman Reigns and beat him up. Which could be nice to, we could put a political allegory here at this point about the rich white northeastern Connecticut American utilising the European nations and Mexico to get them to do his bidding against the Samoan Islands. Perhaps maybe a commentary on American imperialism with this. What happened here, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. So yes, they get him out and they bat the shit out of him, and they do this great thing where they lay Reigns down on the table, on one of the announcers' table, and there's like 3 announce tables in a row. They strip off the top of all of them. Rusev gets on one, runs across, and just slams into Reigns on the table, wipes him out completely. And Rusev is down for a bit, and Rusev gets back up, and he's like, and they're all there like, yeah, wow, we've done this shit, yeah, well done, men, yeah. And then they just walk away and leave Reigns there on the floor. And I'm like, hold on, this is a Royal Rumble. They're not disqualified unless they go over the top rope. And furthermore as well, you lot got him out by pulling his legs and pull him under. There was no confusion on their part how they took him out. And McMahon knows this. He's the CEO of the company. He owns the company. He presides over the rules. He should know that he didn't go over the top rope, which means he's still in it. So why not just pick him up and roll his corpse back in and shout at some other people in the ring, throw him out, would you? Now, if they would have done that, the crowd would have gone wild. And I would have gone wild with them. Because then it's like, oh my God, 100% we're going to have a new champion. Right? We're not fucking idiots. As soon as that ambulance crew come out to take Roman Reigns and he's refusing to get on the stretcher and he's going to walk out, everyone there rolled their eyes and went, he's coming back at the end. He's coming back at the end. And he's going to win. Or he's going to lose at the end, which means the heel's going to win it, which means it's probably going to be Sheamus or Del Rio. I'm sure it'll be too bad. But yeah, we all knew what was going to happen. Soon as they didn't pick him up, roll him in the ring, and go, someone throw him out, or even just roll him in the ring, do it yourself. Get the fucking job done. Why didn't you complete the job? And it's shit like that where it's like, that makes no sense whatsoever. That makes no sense because it's not like these are idiot men. These are not idiot wrestlers. And if they are idiot wrestlers, they are led by McMahon, the chairman of the board. Like when this first started happening, they first started kicking him out. I sort of gone shades of Montreal. What is happening here now? But at least in Montreal, they finished the screw job. They didn't even finish the screw job. They started the screw in and left it. It was terrible. It really annoyed me. And it was just kind of like, oh God, we know what's going to happen. And this is the thing, is that like, with the Rumble is supposed to be anything can happen. Anyone can win it. The Rumble is when I'm supposed to have complete suspension of disbelief. But it can be predictable sometimes. Many times. And with this one, with the ambulance and the Reigns thing, it was really unpredictable and everyone could see what was going to happen. So while that shit was going on, we had the Kofi spot, which we have every Rumble, where Kofi does something crazy. And the spot basically was he got knocked off the top rope by Jericho, and Big E was there and he went straight to Big E's shoulders, and then him and Xavier Woods, they're all running around going, woo! Yeah, just being fucking awesome. And they're drinking Coke and eating popcorn, and then Jericho kicked Kofi off the top of his shoulders like a fair few minutes later. In fact, it was during the Roman Reigns beat up, so we never properly saw it. We had to see it on a replay. But yeah, it was fucking great. It would have been a shame. It'd have been nice to have seen it happen at the time, but yeah, for whatever reason, they fucked up the editing and the timing on that. But it was a good little spot. So yeah, we had that terribleness. And we had Big Show walk in, and Big Show was walking in as the League of Nations, and McMahon was coming out. Little dirty stares amongst each other else, yeah. And we carried on. Who didn't we next have? Yeah, and then next we had the next one was, why is that not right that order? Then we had the Big Show come in, and the Big Show takes out Titus O'Neil and Ryback. It's 2000, come on. It's 2016. I like the Big Show. I respect the Big Show. But he's taken out Titus O'Neil and Ryback. And you've got Titus O'Neil to take someone out. You know, you've got Titus O'Neil over a bit. And Ryback as well. Get someone else to do it. Let someone else take him out. Why do you have to be Big Show? Do you know what I mean? It was a shame, and it was, you know, because I really like Titus O'Neil, and I like Ryback as well. And it was just kind of like, oh, do we have to have the Big Show eliminator? But, you know, it happened. We had to give it some, you know, fair enough. But it just would like have been someone else. And then what they'd done next, right? The next two eliminations was fucking brilliant. And actually, you know what? Thinking about it, it may have been the right move. Actually, it may have been the right move to have had to have Big Show eliminate Titus O'Neil and Ryback. Because of the eliminations coming up. So the next couple of people we get coming in is we got in Neville as well, and Neville's fucking great. You know, Neville's fucking brilliant. And I was looking at the ring at this point, and I was like, right, so far currently in this ring, Neville's there. We've got AJ Styles in. I was like, that's a couple of internet darlings in, you know, Vince's ring. Although, you know, Neville did come up in NXT and he made his name in NXT, he also had his name beforehand. He was known as a relatively, you know, respected independent star. So it was interesting to see, like, okay, there's a couple of, like, you know, new guys in it, and they're actually doing all right. They actually put off some, yeah, they put off some good moves. And at this point, from our the treatment and activity of AJ Styles, you know, AJ Styles was getting battered by it. Not everything was getting battered by everyone, but everyone was putting in a move on AJ Styles, and he was taking them all and he was selling them all, and I thought it was really good. There was kind of a mutual bit of understanding and putting each other over in it, and I like things like that, and it was well done. The same with Neville as well, and Neville's fucking great. So after Neville comes in, next one we get Braun Strowman. Okay, Braun Strowman. Now, Braun Strowman then eliminates Big Show and Kane. Brilliant. Because in that one move, you know, you've been trying to get Braun over for a while now, and he is over to a certain extent. But in that one thing of Braun taking out Big Show and Kane, it's like, I'm the new fucking big man here. Do you know what I mean? Step aside, I'm the new fucking big man. And that's good. You built, you know, I kind of felt like with that, it was like, look, they're trying to build a new star. Wonderful. So it kind of, I think, you know, in a way, you know, Big Show taking out Titus O'Neil and Ryback was to kind of maybe build up the Big Show a bit in that match to go, right, now it's going to be more impactful when Braun takes him out, because if he was taking out Big Show and Kane, then actually eliminated anyone. Well, no, they hadn't eliminated anyone, including the R-Truth earlier. It wouldn't have made any sense. So yeah, actually that probably wasn't not a bad idea. But yeah, just getting Braun to eliminate Pervin, brilliant. I was so behind it. Next up we had Kevin Owens. Right. Kevin Owens was walking to that ring like a guy who had just been in a last man standing match. But he wanted to fight. You know, JBL used the old expression of, oh, it's like the last cowboy at the OK Corral. maybe a bit of a dated one, but yeah, Owens came out and it got Owens over because it was like, it is fight Owens fight, and he wants to win this title. It means something. Do you know what I mean? The title means something. He's not going through the motions. I'm here. I'm going to win in Rumble, and I'm coming in. And he goes in, and he starts being the big bully that he is, and he just starts battering people and punching everyone, and it's in great. And then he takes out AJ Styles, who had been in at that point 27 minutes. AJ Styles had been in there, and he had done 2 eliminations. I mean, all right, the one against Tyler Breeze was a joint one, but 27. AJ was in there for a while, and people were chanting and singing his name, you know, when he got eliminated, and it was great to see him there, and he got over, and everyone was happy with that. And Kevin Owens took him out, which was the right move to make, 100%, because that's the first feud right there. Your first feud of AJ Styles is going to be in WWE. It's going to be AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. I am happy with that. I look forward to their matches. I'm really going to enjoy them. I can't wait to see it. And I can't wait for the promos that Owens is going to cut on AJ, because it just, as soon as Owens threw him out of the ring, he starts going like, oh, phenomenal one, oh, woo! He starts doing the AJ pose and all that, and I was like, yes, bravo Owens, bravo, be that heel. Do you know what I mean? Perfect. It's still real to me, damn it. It's one of them moments where I'm like, it's real, it's great, and AJ's going to come back and get some great AJ Styles Owens matches. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a beautiful thing, hopefully. So I was fine. I was sad to see AJ get eliminated, because there was a part of me that was just like, I want to see him win. If you let AJ Styles win the fucking thing on his debut in WWE, my God, what a shocker. And I kind of wanted it. I knew they weren't going to do it. And I was glad Owens done the elimination. I felt it was the right move to do. And I didn't have a problem with it. No problem with that. Bullshit didn't start happened then. That was okay with the bullshit. We got Dean Ambrose comes in. Everyone loves fucking Dean Ambrose. Fucking Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose comes in, starts kicking us. Then Sami Zayn comes in, which Sami Zayn, great to see him there. When I saw Sami Zayn, I honestly thought at that point, Finn Balor's going to come out on the 30th. And he's going to win. I honestly thought Finn's going to come out and he's going to win. They're in Florida. They're in NXT land. Finn's going to win this. Because I couldn't figure out who was going to be number 30. I should have known. But I really thought, maybe Finn's going to come out. Maybe Finn, but he didn't. But Sami Zayn came out. And Owens' face when Zayn came out was just anger and just pure, because they had this great feud in NXT, and it cost, Sami Zayn got injured as a result of it, and them two just play off each other so well, and they're great to watch. And Owens has just got that face on, like, fucking come in, I'm fucking you up again, I'm going to end your career again for the second time. And they get in and they fucking start hammering each other. And I'm looking at this ring, and who's in this ring at this point in time. And it was a shame AJ Styles wasn't still in the ring, so that'd be nice. In this ring at this moment, you've got Sami Zayn, Dean Ambrose, Kevin Owens, Neville's still there, you've got Braun Strowman, Luke Harper's in it, Stardust is there, and Jericho's there, and I think that was it. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, you know what, with the exception of, and this was that thing I sort of mentioned, isn't it? With the exception of Stardust and Jericho, that's a lot of like new blood in there. It's a lot of NXT guys. That's a lot of independent promotions going on there. And it was great to see, because I hadn't seen it in so long, and it was nice. Let's just to be clear, this isn't me going like, fuck the old guys, get rid of them all. No, everything should be NXT and second wave ECW, 10th wave ECW. I'm not saying that. I'm not one of them fuckers. But it was just good to see, like, there was kind of there was a changing of the guard. We had this point where it was all these kind of new guys that have come up through NXT, and it was, the whole thing was the future is now. The future was now. At that moment, it honestly felt like the WWE are going, this is the present, this is who we are, these are going to be our top stars, this is where we're going, and it's going to be great. How wrong I was at the end, we will get to that. We're getting close to it. We're getting close, right? And then we had, what fucking next did we happen? Who came in next after Sami Zayn? Who was the next elimination? Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. Draw? No. Order thrown out. Right, so Sami Zayn comes out. I'm completely lost. Oh, and then we had Eric Rowan. I like Eric Rowan. But you could see it was like all the Wyatts are growing that. Well, now they're all in the ring at this point. And no, that's not right. Fuck's sake, sorry, I've just lost myself completely in this fucking sheet. There it is. So it's Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens came out, Dean Ambrose came out, Sami Zayn. Then we had Eric Rowan. Right. Then we had Mark Henry coming. I fucking love Mark Henry. Like, I genuinely fucking love Mark Henry. I think it's fucking brilliant. Sorry, before we get to that, I apologise. Right, so Kevin Owens gets eliminated by Sami Zayn. Brilliant, perfect move to make. Builds up that whole feud, gets that all going. Wonderful, great, and it was the right move. And Owens had been injured in the match earlier, so great. And then you got Luke Harper taking out Neville and Stardust. Brilliant. I haven't got a problem with that. They were good eliminations as well. And it gets Luke Harper over as, you know, a genuine big guy, which was really good to see. You know, it's taken out two really good acrobatic wrestlers with a lot of technical skill, and the big man took him out perfect. Then came out my man Mark Henry. He was only there for 30 seconds. Right, I fucking love Mark Henry. Mark Henry is another one of my... You respect Mark Henry. Like, there are certain wrestlers in this household that my wife disagrees with me on. But it's not a question of... There is like... No, you respect...